Welcome, Veritas family. Thank you so much for joining us with Give and Take Past the Tassel edition. We are chatting with the class of 2025. I am Sherry Davis, and I am here today with Michael Barnett. Thanks so much for joining us, Michael.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. So, this is a special edition of our Give and Take where we are interviewing those who are a part of our class of 2025. If you are interested in graduation at Veritas, drop the word graduation in the comments. We'll get you more information, when, where, accommodations, any of that kind of information. If you're watching us live or in replay, be sure to tell us where you're watching from. We're going to launch right in. We want Michael to have as much time as he wants. So, Michael, first of all, tell us where you are located and what ministry you're a part of.
Well, I am located in a small little town called Tarboro, North Carolina, and I am a pastor of a church called New Grace Baptist Church, and I've been there for about 18 years now. Well, actually, I've been here for over 18 years now.
Okay, wow. So your legacy there. That's great. Okay, very good. All right. So we've got a lot of folks in the North Carolina area that are part of the Veritas family. So I'm sure
I've met a
you've been
few.
able to, yeah, you've been able to connect with them a little bit. So let's dive in. So we always ask our guests, what is your Veritas origin story? How did you come to Veritas?
Well, I had heard a few things from my wife. My wife tried to encourage it. I had mentioned to her that I need to go back to school. And of course, you know how that goes. You know, when
Uh-huh.
the older you get, you say, I need to go back to school. I need to go back to school. It
Yep.
kind of draws out. Well, Marianne had mentioned that,
Oh,
you know,
looks like,
there's,
speaking of Marianne, looks like she's on. Hi, Marianne.
oh,
Thanks for
hey,
joining us.
Marianne.
Yeah, very good.
So she was probably my biggest encouragement as far as going back to school. She mentioned Veritas. We had considered several possible online schools. I had considered different possibilities, but Veritas just seemed like it was the right place. There was just
Yeah,
so many. I like the teachers there. I think the name Carrie Schmidt was a name that kind of got me interested, and along
sure.
with Kurt Skelly, which
Yep.
were actually neither one of them were my teachers. However, my son Harrison is in school right now at Veritas, and they were both his teachers. So,
Oh, that's
uh,
interesting. Okay, very
yeah.
good.
But yeah, he's a sophomore now, so he's really enjoying the classes too.
So we
And
definitely have legacy here. We've got the father and the son. That's
that's
great. That's
right.
awesome.
Yep, yep. It's really been great. It's been exciting, and he is an overcomer. But he's just really they. There was a point where they told him they told they the doctors had told us that he would never read and that he would never have good speaking abilities. And here he is, a sophomore in college. You know, it's just
Oh, that's
the
amazing.
Lord has proven him wrong. So,
Oh, wow. That's cool.
but
That just gave me goosebumps. That's an awesome story. Thanks for
yeah.
sharing. We got to have him on now. We got to hear his story.
Oh,
So
sure. Oh, yeah. I think that you'd
that's
enjoy him.
fun.
Oh,
That's very
but
fun. Which, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I was going to say that eventually I was sitting at breakfast with a friend, with a member, a church member of mine. He's very grounded in the Bible. His name's Glenn R. Scott, and he we were talking. I had written a book called Patterns of Holiness. It was kind of a Sunday school curriculum, and he kind of raised his eyebrow a couple times, and he said, "You know, Pastor, there's some theological things here that I have questions about." And I realized then, as he shared with me, he was very gentle. And, you know, it was, normally you get chewed up, when, when there's
Sure.
something, a mistake that's made like that. And he
Yeah.
was very gentle and kind. And I decided then, it's time to go back to school because, if doctors need to go to school to be surgeons, how much more is it important for me to get an education
Yeah.
as a
It's
pastor?
important. Yep. That's great. Yeah. Really to be equipped with the tools you need to do the job. That's exciting to
Right,
hear.
right.
Well, we're glad that you answered the call. You jumped in, faced your fears, faced the finances, faced the time
Yeah.
sacrifice to make it happen. So we're glad that you're here. Tell me about any of the instructors that might have inspired you or something that you've learned along the way that was just wow, just a wow moment for you.
Oh, I was looking forward to this question. If any of the students get Dr. Forrester, they really, they're, he is a blessing.
Sure.
I have never seen, I never imagined that a man who didn't have his sight would be as knowledgeable and able as this man is.
Yeah.
He's caught up with the times. He's brilliant. And he is the most encouraging man he's the most encouraging instructor I've ever had.
Sure. That's
Um,
exactly right. Yep.
he's just and he's realistic about it. He's not a flatterer.
Right.
But he, I was actually thinking about resigning. There were things that I was struggling with as far as, am I really the leader that I should be? Do I really
Sure.
need to be a pastor? And I was going through a lot. It was not just the book that I had written. There was a lot of questions that I had in my mind. And as I was taking his leadership class, when I got to the project, the leadership project, I really wanted to do the video, the presentation that he does, and
Mhm.
because the church was in such a lull, I had to opt in for the research paper. And I
Okay.
thought, oh, this is terrible, and
Which is a real downer, right?
oh, it was. I wasn't able to do what I really wanted to do because I'm really good with videos. I like doing stuff like that. And so,
Sure.
I opted for the research paper, and I did something with the illustration of Ben-Hur taking the slow horse and putting him in and switching them. The fast horse was in the inside of the ring, and the slow horse was on the outside. And he said they're never going to make the turn if they keep in that direction, or the way they're set up. And so we need to switch them. And so I used that as my basis on my paper. And he of course the grade was, he gave me an excellent grade, and he said to me, if you ever preach this, I would love for you to send me a recording of it.
Ah, cool.
And that just was it gave me such confidence. And I
Sure.
think that it's just really, ever since, I have just, my church is just it's really, we've been on an excellent road since then.
That's awesome.
So
So
yeah.
everybody's benefiting. That is
Yeah.
great. Oh, that's so encouraging to hear that. Well, I'm excited to hear. I obviously I have a special connection with Dr. Forrester. He's my uncle. He is
Okay.
the president, or he was the founder of VBC 41 years ago now, and we've worked together for a number of years. So I know exactly all the things you're talking about.
Oh,
He
he's
sure
amazing.
is for sure is encouraging, and great leadership style. Taught me a lot of things as we were, I like to say that I've grown up with Veritas because I've been with Veritas now for 23 years. And so I feel like we've grown up together, and he was a large part of that, which is exciting to hear. So tell me about, so we already heard how Veritas has helped your ministry because you were able to take the things that you've learned and then put them right into practice at your ministry.
Mhm.
And obviously, with your son taking classes, you felt like it has met a need there, and we're excited to hear about that. What advice do you have for those who are coming behind you? What would you say to the student who maybe is a little bit afraid to take that first step, or a little bit afraid to say, can I do this?
Well, when you have a college like Veritas who follows the guidelines of Scripture,
Mm.
they are a biblically based, church based college that loves local churches. They love to let you stay where you're at. They're not interested in stealing you away or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to make you better. And not only that, but Veritas was good for my family, for my marriage. As a matter of fact, that was another thing that was being tested at the time that I was in
Sure.
school. And there were so
Yeah.
many answers that I found in my classes that even strengthened my marriage and my family. And I don't think I'll ever be the same, just some of the things that I've learned there. So I understand the trepidation and the fear of the possibility of, am I making the right decision? But if God has brought you to this point, I would say pray. I would say just, seek the Lord. If you're married, just, seek the Lord together about it.
Yeah.
and take the plunge
Yeah.
because you'll be so glad you did.
You will be so glad you did. And you will be so taken care of on the other side. Once you
Yeah.
decide to start that application, and if you need to know where that is, message us. We'll, put in the comments that you want a link to the application. Once you start the application process, our team will just take good care of you. Guide you just guide you through each of the steps. We're here for you. We want to help you succeed. We feel it our own privilege. We feel it a great honor to be a part of the calling that God has put on your life. We get to have some small part in your calling as part of our great joy. We really do count it an honor. So when someone finally takes the plunge, as you say, actually clicks the button, pays the fee, does the thing, we do not take that lightly. We jump at the chance that as the application is coming through, we know what it means when that person's application comes through. It means a great deal of sacrifice. A great deal of sacrifice of time and finances, and sometimes marriages have to, spouses sometimes have to do extra chores around the house because somebody is in classes or they
Yeah.
have to, step up and take care. So we understand what it means to actually push the button, click submit. So we are so grateful that you brought that up, and we're grateful that you took the plunge.
Thank you so much.
We are just thanks so much for being with us here today. Again, if you are interested in knowing more about our graduation ceremony, Michael is actually attending graduation. So my guess is he's having an entourage that's coming with him. We'd love to meet each one of you. Come up to the Fredericksburg area. Again, that's about an hour south of the DC area. We can give you attractions, things to do. If you want to make a weekend of it, we'd be happy to help you along those lines. Message us in the comments and we'll get you all taken care of. Hey, Michael, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, and then we will meet in person at graduation, which is May 1st.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, we'll talk later.